Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Ballistic Barbecue. For those of you that follow my channel, you're probably wondering where the heck I am. I'm in beautiful Santa Monica, California at the Taste Made kitchen studio, doing my first shoot here. Really excited about that. I'm part of the Taste Made network and I'm very grateful for that. It's going to be a pretty exciting ride here. Anyway, what I'm going to be preparing is a braised turkey in the oven. We're not going to be cooking outdoors today, but for those of you who might be a little intimidated by cooking a whole bird, this is a foolproof way of cooking a turkey. You're going to end up with a really succulent, moist turkey with a nice crisp skin. So anyway, let's get to cooking. All right, so we're starting off with a whole turkey. It's about 14 pounds, and as you can see, I've broken it down. I've cut the legs and wings and everything off. I've left the breasts pretty much whole with the bone on, which I think is very important. You get a lot of nice flavor that way. This has been soaking in a brine for about 8 hours, and I've got a really good brine recipe that is already been detailed on my smoked turkey video, so I'm going to post a link to that video down below. It's within the first minute. I removed it from the brine and I just simply patted it dry. I did not rinse it, so there's still a lot of nice salt and the seasoning from the brine on the skin. All right, let's get to the next step. All right, so I have my roasting pan. What I'm going to do first is add 3 coarsely cut onions. These are white onions. About 4 ribs of celery, again just coarsely cut. These are going to be our aromatics. Get them all nice and mixed up. 1 decent sized parsnip, peeled, chopped up. About 3 carrots, again peeled, chopped up. 1 ounce of dried porcini mushrooms. As these steep in the brining liquid, it's going to give a nice kind of an earthy flavor. About 6 cloves of garlic that I've peeled and smashed. We just want to make sure all these herbs and everything are mixed up well. 2 sprigs of rosemary. I'll go with about 4, 5, let's call it 6 stems of thyme. 2 bay leaves. I normally would want to use fresh bay leaves, but I didn't have those available this time. And some flat leaf parsley. All right, now what we're going to do is transfer the turkey into the pan. First I'm going to throw 2 tablespoons of butter, and I'm just leaving them in the pads. They'll melt. We want to make sure we do the skin side up. All right, I have about a half a stick of butter here melted, and we're going to apply this all over the skin here. All right, now remember I had this in the brine for about 8 hours, so there's plenty of salt on this turkey here, but we want to add some pepper. So I'm going to go with some freshly ground pepper. Now we're going to get it in the oven. All right, I have the oven preheated to 500 degrees. The next step is to brown the skin. So it should take 20-25 minutes to get it to a nice light brown color. So we're going to do that right now. I'm just going to keep checking it, but again, it usually takes about 25 minutes, so we'll check on it in about 25. All right, so it's been in the oven at 500 degrees. I've got it browned the way I want it now. We're going to get on with the next step. All right, now what we're going to do is add the braising liquid. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is add 4 cups of low sodium chicken broth. Again, I'm going with low sodium, just this is a brine turkey, so there's plenty of salt in here. Then I'm going to use some Chardonnay wine. And I'm going to put enough wine in here until the liquid reaches about 3/4 of the way up the legs. This is going to make just an awesome, awesome flavor here. Ended up being a whole bottle. Okie doke, next step. Lay some parchment. This is parchment paper, not wax paper. Now we're going to cover this tightly with foil. It's very important to get this nice seal on here. All right, so I've lowered the temperature on the oven from 500 down to 325. Now we're going to start the braising process. It's going to go back into the oven, and we're going to keep it in here about 2 hours or so. And what I'm looking for is an internal temperature on the breasts at 160 degrees. And I'm going to check the thighs and the legs, and I want to see about 170, 175 on those parts. So we'll get back in about 2 hours. All right, guys, so it's been about 2 hours. I just took the temperature, and this bird is done. So we'll move on to the next stage. Give you a peek at this bird here. You can see beautiful color. The smell is unbelievable. What I'm going to do now is just transfer the meat to this cutting board. We're going to loosely foil it, and then we're going to get on to the next stage, which is making the gravy. All right, so what we're going to do now is make the gravy, and I'm going to make the gravy using this beautiful braising liquid here. If you guys could smell it, it's ridiculous. So I've got a strainer in the bowl here, and hopefully without spilling anything, we're going to pour all the liquid through. Now in the strainer here, we've got, a lot of those aromatic vegetables, the mushrooms. What I'm going to do is use this spoon and just press it through the strainer here and just get all that goodness out of the strainer, out of these vegetables and into this liquid here. All right, I'm sure you guys have seen one of these. It's a measuring cup specifically made for separating the grease from liquids. We're just going to let this sit about 5 minutes and let it separate. All right, so I have the pan here on a medium-high heat. About 3 tablespoons of the fat from the braising liquid. I'm going to take about 3 tablespoons of flour. This is just all-purpose flour, and I want to brown this in this fat. Okay, now I've got 3 cups of the braising liquid, and this is with the fat separated out of it. I'm just going to whisk this in. I want to break down that flour. Okay, now what I'm going to do is bring this up to a boil. Then let it simmer. I want to reduce this. It's 3 cups, and I want to bring it back down to about 2 cups. All right, guys, so here we are. Beautiful braised turkey all prepared and laid out for you. I do a really good demo on how I like to slice a turkey on my smoked video, the smoked turkey video, which again is down in the description box. But we tested it here. We tasted this just prior to shooting this little scene here, and it turned out really good. Very moist, very tender, and just very succulent. Anyway, guys, thanks for stopping by. Again, thanks for joining me at the Taste-Made set. Hopefully this is one of many that I'll be shooting here, and see you in the next video.